Well, Dr. Darren Mort is a family law barrister, arbitrator and mediator, and joins me on the line this morning. Morning, Dr. Mort.
How are you?
Mate, I'm okay, but obviously this is not an ideal situation. How prevalent is it?
Well, according to some stats from Relationships Australia, they say that 19% of divorce applicants reporting in 2024, it's up from 15% of couples staying together in the same house from 2021. So there's been an increase of, 4% of couples staying together after divorce or separating under the one roof.
Yeah, nearly 20% is a high number, and I get it. I think one of the stories I read online, and this woman said, look, we're trying to heal, and there's been a separation and a divorce, and we're in the same house, but she hasn't got the $700 a week to pay for rent. So for some, I suppose, there's no alternative.
Well, yeah, that's true. Rental market is overflowing at the moment. People are unable to get rentals. The other thing too is that if you've been married for some time and you haven't got any rental history, that makes it hard as well.
Yeah, right. So the divorce rate in our country, I suppose, is high. I don't know if it is in world terms, but staying together in the same home, and leading virtually separate lives must be very difficult. But, then you come to think, well, maybe you can still be friends. But I guess in your experience, that's not possible either a lot of the time.
Well, look, there is a bit of a rainbow at the end. In the sense that if people separate respectfully, having respect for their partner, the fact that, some relationships don't go the distance till death do us part.
No.
And if they are respectful and say, listen, I think our relationship's over, let's go and have some breakup counselling.
Right.
It's much better for the kids because separations are financial disasters, but they're also co-parenting disasters.
Yeah.
And if there is any conflict, and if they're under the same roof, these children are going to have a terrible life.
That's right, yeah. So when, I suppose your roles as mediator, does a lot of that happen before divorce, or does it happen after the separation when you mediate? Say, listen, you're talking about the kids and, dividing up the money and the house and all of that sort of stuff. How often is that successful, or is it, I'm looking for a rainbow too, or is that fraught with danger as well?
Well, no, I think there's a lot of success in mediations, and most people, due to financial constraints and co-parenting arrangements, housing shortage, all that sort of stuff, most people work it out. Of the 100%, just give you an idea, Tim, of the 100% of people that don't work it out at mediation and end up filing in the family court, we only see 3% of them in trials.
Is that right?
Actually pop in the witness box. Most people along the case pathway in the family court work it out.
Yeah.
And that might be through attrition, through the legal costs, through the trial delays, a lot of reasons. But sooner or later the penny drops and people resolve and end up with results they might not be happy with, but results they can live with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking when I read the story that, 20%, I saw that figure from, Relationship Australia myself, 19 or 20%, are forced to do it. And I was just thinking about the reality of that situation of, being in the same house and maybe not being the best of friends. And as you say, it's great if you can work it out. And, one's on the couch and one's in the bedroom. Maybe the kids are there and they're trying to lead their lives separately, but still being in the same house. And I'm thinking, for some, that may be hard, really hard. And maybe, let me put it this way. Maybe that may force people to, sit down at the table and say, listen, we're in this situation. Let's work this out for the benefit of both of us and for the kids if they're there too.
Yep, that's right. I've had clients where they divide the household into separate zones, managing their own food and finances, etc. But there's another thing that happens too, which you may not be aware of, and us lawyers call it nesting, where the house doesn't change for the children. They stay there and the parents move in and out of the house week about.
Right.
So they find their own accommodation, usually with their parents, given the economics, and they move in and out, so the children are never displaced.
Yeah. That's a good solution to the situation. Well, I'm pleased you told me all of that, because you think to yourself, well, that sounds like it's, almost impossible to deal with. But, you like to think that human beings can find solutions to things, despite the fact that, they're not in love anymore and all of those things, and living in the same place. So you're right. There was a rainbow in there. It's maybe not as bad as I thought. Hey?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much for your time. Great to talk to you.
Thanks a lot.
That's Dr. Darren Mort, who's a family law barrister, arbitrator and mediator. But, I'm thinking about that. 13/12/69, if you've got a thought on that, it would be difficult. And because maybe you don't have mum and dad, your grandparents, or parents to go and live with, or a friend, I suppose. You can surf on somebody's couch, and then that's a solution, I suppose. Come in and out of the house, and the kids stay there, and you co-parent, and one parent 2 days a week, and the other parent 3. I don't know how that works, but we saw the story, Marianne, and I thought we'd have a yarn to it. It was good to talk to him, getting a perspective on it. That's Darren Mort. Lots and lots of emails today, Mark. Yeah.